For you guys, looking at the side that Tranmere, the players that Tranmere have now, I'll go to you first with this, Jamie. What do you think, if you were the manager, would be your first choice 11?
Oh, good question. McGee in goal, Davis, Turnbull, new lad from Hull at left back, obviously. I'll go O'Connor right back, and I'll go 4-4-1-1. I will go Hughes, Walker, centre mids, Morris, Hawks, Morris on the left, Hawks on the right, Jennings just playing off Dennis. That's what I'll go for now. And I wouldn't even have Kane Hemmings on the bench. If we're looking at the squad, he wouldn't be there for me. But that's just me.
Yeah, I think the back four and the goalkeeper pick themselves. I think midfield, obviously Hendry would be one of the three for me. Kieran Morris would be in there. That third spot, I think it could be a toss-up. You might play Walker in front of the back four if he's fit, or possibly drop Regan Hendry deep and go with Connor Jennings and Kieran Morris, a bit more too advanced. And then front three, I would have Hawks on the left, Norris through the middle, and then that right forward position, Dennis, if he was fit, would obviously take it, assuming he's not even looked like appearing in pre-season. I think you're probably looking at maybe Saunders from that right, which I actually think that could be his best position. I don't think he's a natural through the middle type of striker, Harvey Saunders, but he's got that raw pace that can cause teams problems. So he's a player I think could actually thrive in this 4-3-3. The other one is Sam Taylor, who did obviously very well back end of the year. He's got pace. I thought his movement was very, very good as well. Could he be that sort of third forward? That would be, if I'm the person who's seen us play 45 minutes and that's been at the pre-season, that would be my starting 11, I think. Probably toss up between Saunders and Taylor and that rest of the team.
I'd forgotten about Hendry. He was one I didn't mention when I listed all those midfield options. So there's another central midfield option for you to throw in. And obviously, you mentioned Saunders, Tom, but you don't, Jamie, which shows how far Saunders has fallen down the pecking order, given that he was the flagship signing pretty much when he came in during the January window. So there has been quite a lot of change. Just before we do wrap up, both of you have talked about Dennis and Norris, but we've barely seen them. I mean, that's got to be a concern, hasn't it? We saw it last year with Kieran Morris when he got injured in the preseason, and he never really got going last year in terms of finding the peak form that we know he's capable of. These two signings, who have been the kind of the big signings, of the marquee players who've come in this summer, if you like, and we've not seen anywhere near as much of them as we would like. That has got to be a concern a week away from the new campaign.
Yeah and no, it could be. You got to. The older, experienced strikers, it could be a case of them being wrapped up in cotton wool. They could play Saturday. They're going to have the Sunday off, and then Monday, Tuesday might kick a ball. If that, I can't imagine. They'll be going flying into tackles or getting involved in the small-sided possessions. That's the way it could be. Obviously, we haven't seen them as much as we'd want to, but I think especially Palace is an astute businessman. He's not going to sign someone who is not going to be able to give themselves 100%. Surely not. They would have gone through medical tests, had the check over that way. I don't think Dawes would have signed off on it. Adkins as well. So you got to put your trust in the people at the top who've said, actually, yeah, they will come good when they're ready. So I'm not 100% concerned about it. I know obviously a few fans will be. There's weeks ago we haven't seen him play at all. Really, I'm like kick the ball around. But we're not watching what's going on in training. We don't know how they're doing on in terms of fitness tests. So I wouldn't be too concerned. What if we get to sort of the end of October, November, and they're still sitting up in the stands or whatever? Then I'm like, guys, what have you done? Why are you in charge of this club? Have you allowed this to happen? But for now, I'm not worried about it.
Yeah, I echo that. I think if you take Norris as an example, he was injured when we signed him. We knew that, but I think we did quite a thorough medical checks on that. He's now back training apparently. Yes, you would have liked both of them to have got minutes together, particularly in this system. I think both of them played in a front two last year, so it is going to be slightly different to maybe what they're used to. So you maybe would have wanted them to have some minutes for more team cohesion type of stuff. But I think in the long game, I think everyone would say Norris is a fantastic signing, one of the best focal point strikers in the league, in my opinion. Dennis has obviously had a little tweak in pre-season, and you just, like I say, if it was a muscle thing, you're not going to rush that back, are you? You take your time, and if he doesn't start the opening day and it's a Connor Jennings or Saunders or whatever, and he comes in after 4 or 5 games, well, there's 46 games in the league, so it's not. I don't think it's a pressing concern at the moment, no.